Campbell was invited to a church there for a 2-week visit, and it ended up lasting for 2 years. The first meeting didn't seem like a whole lot. It was 30 people gathered, praying, in this little cottage. But God swept through the place in a mighty way, and we ended up praying all night long. And when they finally left, they were surprised to find men and women seeking God, lining the streets. They found 3 men lying by the side of the road, just crying out to God. The whole island was shaken while they were in this little cottage praying. The next night, buses came from all 4 corners of the island, crowded the church. 7 men, this is fun, 7 men were going to the meeting in a butcher's truck. And the Spirit of God fell on them, and every one of them was saved before they ever even got to the church.
Amen.
And as Duncan Campbell preached, a wave of conviction just fell through this building. People were saved all over the place. They're crying out to God. And when the meeting finally started coming to a close, and it was pretty late here, the last person's about to leave, and this young man standing outside starts to pray. And he prays for about 45 minutes. And as he did, people started coming in again and gathering. And before he's finished with this 45-minute prayer, there's twice as many than there were when they started the meeting. And so the singing breaks out, and before you know it, they've streamed back into the building, and this meeting lasted until 4 a.m. So many people were saved. And just as the meeting was closing again, someone hurried up to the preacher, real excited. Come with me. There's a crowd outside the police station, 4 a.m. They're weeping. I don't know what's wrong with them, but they're asking for somebody to come and pray with them. And this is how someone described what they found when they got there. I saw a sight I never thought was possible, something I shall never forget. Under the starlit sky, men and women were kneeling everywhere by the roadside, outside the cottages, even behind the peat stacks, crying for God to have mercy on them. Now, this revival lasted for 2 years, and the things that I've just told you about happened on day 1 and 2. Okay? By the time this 2-year revival was over, in 2 years, over 90% of the people on this island had received salvation. Over 90%. This is amazing. Do y'all understand how amazing this is?
And it probably puts the last 2 or 3 weeks in, and ended up being 2 years.
2 years. 2 years. But I want to let y'all know that this revival started before Duncan Campbell was ever invited, before he came to the island. It actually started months earlier when God stirred 2 sisters, Peggy and Christine Smith, to start praying for revival to come to the people on this island they lived on, because it was in a bad way. And so Peggy, who was 84, and Christine, who was 82, began praying. Neither one of them was in good health. I believe one was blind, one had crippling arthritis. Neither one was a church leader. There were just 2 sisters that lived together and had willing hearts to pray what God told them to pray. And when God spoke, they took him seriously. And after they had prayed several months, they went to their pastor and told him what God was stirring in them, and he began to pray with them. And the seeds of prayer from those 2 seemingly ineffectual women started one of the most powerful revivals in our history. 2 women in poor health just prayed. No matter what our circumstances might look like, we have the ability to make where we are a better place, a worse place, or to make no change at all. And today I'm hoping that what I've told you about your power of your words and about what happened at this revival through the prayers of these women are going to challenge you to start making and creating and speaking a good place around yourself.